Memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Enra me de episode 2 ebremo. Still angrofo ka se me release 2 episodes a day. Yen heard yen nyamebe. If you don't know what's going on, we are taking a look of the Agyapade book. Okay, the book that has now come to be known as the Akyem Mafia book. Na nini nano, the ma ya adwemba so say let's take a look at the book, and they say recently President Akufo-Addo ebe make appointment a wode osafoma foba ebe shares net. Ti e hona nkrofo kwatwemba say book we a ye tro ye dedada. Ansa na President Akufo-Addo ebe di ne second term kra no. Atro nyama bi wom sa say emra President Akufo-Addo so be free so a e wo se wo ye bibi sa na omode e control Ghana resources. Now mama wati ase say Agyapade3 kon a wo ye President Akufo-Addo ebusuani eba bonte beka se book no eye propaganda engrofo ne share that troye a chese ompeso mu digu eye akyemfo no enimu ase akyemfo no mo aban mu no enimu ase any President Akufo-Addo enimu ase mama wati ase say we are taking Agyapade3's word for it but ye pese ye kinkan book ni ehu ne say enyama bi e wo book nim no esi e wo Ghana na so far we've done 2 episodes. If you want to get all of the episodes, playlist no ya no Agyapade book playlist 2 episodes no ye shall see free beginning. Now we are at page 9 of the book. Inti enra baby aye ende wo eye book ni no baby ano mo atro se wo mo pese wo mo take control of the economic and financial institutions. Inti they talked about the 3 systems that wo mo be use e take control. One eye Bank of Ghana. Senia omo ede omu nipa ebeto Bank of Ghana ho. Na wo mo nipa no e control bibia. Second eye the use of adiana omo friend said the biological children. What you say? And no, state owned banks no. Send you use and so na omo ede abo omo ho ede SCZ properties. I wa Ghana. The third one, the use of what they call the adopted children. And no, banks are any aban banks. Now so omo ebe make sure say omo ebe influence. What you say? So that is where we are continuing from. Into these banks are omo ka say enye aban banks now so ombe take influence wom na omo de aye omo ndwuma nti omo fi aban mu kra na still omo na sika be wo nsem no. We are continuing from there. Into the first bank Absa Bank, formerly Barclays. Into any say Absa Bank is a private organization. Now let's look at the what the book talks about. Say near omo so me take control of Absa Bank. I say the management of this bank is largely aligned, and Antoinette Kofi, who is the director of finance, is fully behind our projects. This explains her presence on the board of the Minerals Income Investment Fund board. In the event that the position of managing director of the institution becomes vacant, hopefully with Nana still in power, diplomatic channels to Pretoria should be utilized in support of Antoinette ascending to the role. The substantial flow of government business to the bank since Nana came to power should continue to keep the bank on our side. Inti Absa Bank no mu tremu say nipa kra the management of the bank no of Absa Bank private institutions there now so omo management no omo support Akufo-Addo ene omo agenda no enu hunti ena obidia wo mo boy say Antoinette Kofi no omo say omo de not to board so as Minerals Income Investment Fund or a board member of the Minerals Income Investment Fund. It's not just say Absa Bank ne there assembly ni ho ati ase omo na assembly ni ho na da chi bi ekoba ne say omo person omo sesan President Akufo-Addo ebe use ni influence ni make sure say obi a omo pe and still omo de na be den ebe she ho. Okay, so that's the control of the Absa Bank. Now let's go to the Eco Bank. Eco Bank there na dey in same way ni na ba how they wanted to take control of the Eco Bank no. And no na dey way ni na ba ya ama and the ye be review of the Agyapade book no. Now Eco Bank no ade asemo mo kan ni. I say we have 2 routes to entry into this institution. Not just say Eco Bank no. Enya aban bank. Now so mo 2 ways omo be take control of Eco Bank. I say first is through SNIT, which has a seat on the board of EcoBank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. So I say the first route no SNIT. SNIT no omo EcoBank board no so because omo major shareholders. I say that seat is occupied by the Director General of SNIT, In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafo-Maafo, who is a deputy director general of SNAIT, should be made the director general to give him the seat on the EcoBank Ghana board. If it hasn't assembly ni na ba omo tremu say phase 2, not just a President Akufo-Addo the last term will be free so no. Ye make sure say Osafo-Maafo ba ombe take control of SNAIT. No take control of SNAIT ono ene beba betina EcoBank board so. En America no last week ena President Akufo-Addo yes had decision no wa pame SNAIT penyi no wode Osafo-Maafo ba aba be sheho. As to whether it is because of this or not no ye na yenim, but the fact is this was written in the book and Sana President Akufo-Addo in the second term do you understand? I say secondly, into the second way I want person to take over EcoBank no any. I say secondly, the wife of is Ankuma is the group head of commercial banking and a member of the executive management of the EcoBank group. So munima is Ankuma na NDC time lawyer. Now we are very vocal. On no NDC time muniamu akaya demonstration because so I was say I work like a bull and I pay my taxes like a bull. Or no is Ankuma no. MPP Baso, he has been very silent. But NDC time na ni kuo organize demonstrations ni nyama nti no. The second route no mo say is Ankuma eyere ono enombe yusu no. Because ono so eba banking sector na oye penyi pan wo ho. Nti otrem say our intelligence is that both the role of group CEO and managing director of EcoBank Ghana will become vacant in the next 2 to 3 years. Nana has been advised to use all diplomatic avenues to support Isankume's wife to fill one of these impending vacancies. It's 4 years ago, in a book Nitro say, EcoBank, penny for what Ghana has say no, embrebi beba, sa space no, and who be here. It was say Akufo-Addo will use links, no making sure say yedi Isankuma eyere ekokosheho. Na say yedi Isankuma yere ekokosheho a Isankuma ene ne yere no omo support Akufo-Addo ni agenda. This is what the book is saying. As to whether it is indeed true, I can't say. Okay, GCB Bank. Also, this bank is already under government control. The main strategy here is to ensure that appointments to the board and key management roles are based on loyalty to our cause. In Ghana Commercial Bank, formerly Ghana Commercial Bank, no more just any day, a buying bank the dada. Into the also mo ya say, nipa cry be mano ababe dane penny Ghana Commercial Bank no you be a support Akufo-Addo. Ene na memu, ene omo plan no. No. Stanbic. Also, Stanbic is another South African bank that we can leverage on the diplomatic relationship between Accra and Pretoria to ensure that the successor to Andeni and other key appointments subsequent to that are favorable to the project goal. And to here, most of the international banks need now. The plan was that President Akufo-Addo is the president. Intino, one fan the links no. Se President Akufo-Addo eko South Africa president. Now we yena links ni bem no use on ni pa. Ubi anto minga he. Into here most of the banks and that was the idea. Say President Akufo-Addo be use links. Na ye den crofo no pe atototo na ye de omo private banks no ano. Zenith Bank. Or say this Nigerian bank will play ball as long as Nana is in power. With control over political power, the bank will align. It is Zenith Bank no say Nigeria for bank the omo de say President Akufo-Addo abemu dia the Akufo-Addo beka bia Nigeria for the omo de ombefo ane so omo de ombefo Akufo-Addo so nti as far as Akufo-Addo wa abemu de omo de Akufo-Addo pe bia wo mbe yama no ti asemo omo kan no nti wo hwa they also posted a screenshot of the total operating assets millions of Ghana cedis ti banks no any sika wo munina ekra party ase wo hwa enye sika ketwa nti wo hwa 2019 GCB sika wo mukra ninina no quoted in millions of Ghana cedis ewo ho party ase nti that's the figure there. Now the insurance company was mama wati ase say the second episode no they were talking about taking control of the financial institutions, and insurance companies are also part of the financial institutions. It is here no on mama plan on say you control banks no. They are talking about the insurance sector. Now, insurance, or say mother, or say the current team at the helm of the National Insurance Commission, especially the insurance commissioner, is well aligned and so far has worked effectively in furtherance of our objectives. This has underscored a clear understanding of the loyalty to Nana and our broader political objectives. So long as they continue in this vein, there would be no need for changes at the helm. Routine monitoring of how things are unfolding at the commissioning is the recommended action for the first half of phase 2 from 2023. It is envisaged that the commission would be headed by a Bawumia loyalist. It's just like bank sector no omo penny a Bank of Ghana, a Bank of Ghana board boss no or supporting anano omo tre say insurance fund so penny no a the insurance commissioner and an insurance commissioner nso no yesu yobi a or supporting Bawumia. In this book no amaya tias yes say obi a was supporting Bawumia bia no na tre say nipa kro nso supporti Akufo-Addo. Mind you, book we ye tro ye no sa time na Ghana for kre nim se Bawumia aye na adwen so be contest as flag bearer or not. Na MPP for bebre nim say Akufo-Addo e free ho a eye Alan eba. But there was a plan. Say Bawumia ene say obabe succeed. Fashe utrim. Now, the biological children, or say the enterprise group is the dominant leader of the insurance industry, and its position has been strongly enhanced since the coming into power of MPP government in 2017. There is really no need to aggressively pursue direct acquisition of additional insurance companies. The phase 2 strategies for continuous control include the following. Into more say, Uba insurance companies e Ghana krana no kwarini Akufo-Addo ba so 2017 no the biggest insurance company Enterprise. Mama wati say Enterprise no kenofo ya tadia. So mo tre say o eno kra no ehun hia senior banks no omo ye ya omo akwa banks ni bi no insurance company omo tre say ehun hia dudu say omo nkonkoto insurance companies ni so sa because the main one na or control no or omo side the Enterprise no omo side inti ehun hia bebre sa. But to say the phase 2 strategies for continuous control include the following. Inti senior still omobe control during phase 2 and beyond after Akufo-Addo free abemu kra no eno na wo mo ba betro no. Ose 1, continue to push major government insurance deals to enterprise insurance. It's very simple. All these financial institutions no how they grow is more customers. And so if you can genuinely engineer and not even genuine, the word is not genuine. If you can engineer whether genuinely or not, so that one financial institution ebenya more customers and no they will blow into a say how they will control in phase 2 and they say omo making sure say government projects biano government insurance deal biano ebeko enterprise insurance eho embre bi metse ye say na nkrofo complain say yes sisi a nurses phone ni no by force insurance bibi sa ye de akwa enterprise that as a government insurance deal bia enterprise but it is in the book said that is how they will control it's a government deal bia insurance deal bia you making sure say enterprise and be handle as a sponsor elections of candidates to executive positions of key labor unions such as NAT, NAGRAT, UTAG, TUTAG, GMA, etc., so they can influence the appointment of enterprise trustees and Enterprise Investments Limited as trustees of fund managers of the Tier 2 and Tier 3 pension funds of those labor unions. And this plan is cynical. Chale, almost say, sa ekuo teachers for kuo any sa friend saying Nagrat, mamunia teachers for ku, sa teachers for ku ne hospital for doctors for ku ni nano. Ye make sure say omo be di enim no. Eye aban no e na sponsor di sika tai omochi. Nti evans melodies amimiti hei. Me ye teacher ni na me pese me contest na me support sebe Akyem Mafia for omo mafia tactics na. Omo di sika be time echi na me ma ba be lead teachers no. Nti me ba be di teachers for enimu a me share say teachers for ye pension ene ye nyama bi a ye gege no enko ɛyɛ enterprise for hɔ yɛsika no tier 2 ne tier 3 no ɛnkɔ enterprise for hɔ. That was the plan. Interesting, right? I say adopted children. I say there is no active strategy for influence of the other insurance companies beyond appointments to the board and senior management of SIC Group. It is send your ya private banks no omunya plan a womo ede strategy eka say yema we nkɔ ha is akomayere we nye we osafoma afoba any we ni na no omo tre say insurance company ne the other insurance companies no omo nhye any strategy bia sa a womo de be influ omo nhye any active strategy bi what you see either than say just normal you see influence but no nhye any strategy bia sa what you say you know, we've talked about the control of the banking sector, the control of the insurance sector, and these are all financial sectors, right? Economic sector, into the control of the banking sector, the control of the insurance sector, and now let's move on to the third sector, the control of the capital markets. As a mother, compatriot Ogbami Tete is doing a fantastic job heading the Securities and Exchange Commission. Just like the banking sector, the cleanup leading to the revocation of licenses of several fund and asset management companies was a success, despite legal challenges from a handful of defunct entities in this space. Papa Kwesi Indum's Black Shield Capital is causing a few troubles, but he can easily be dealt with using our numerical advantage in the judiciary or even his dodgy relationship with the CIA. Capital markets, no, the head of the capital markets, the SEC. What I want people to understand, and they say, the banking sector, insurance sector, there are other financial institutions being so. Omo handle, omo those as a unconventional investments, no, mutual funds, ne sa nyama no, omo no. Nipakra will control mo no mo nhyeda anya banks on say ya na ye some institutions bia mo nhyeda anya banks ati ase mo na from the capital market na sa capital market no omo a ehwe omo so the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission. So mo tre say Security and Exchange Commission panyin no ono obo modern or ye adwuma wo ho ohwa embre bi by Security and Exchange Commission for no so eba begu enyuma sa capital market institutions bebre wo ho so tre say sa Security and Exchange Commission for enyuma no mu gu bebre no omo so mu egugu bia fine nipa ba kwa wo mo so mu egu na ejuma as o person the trouble se ba pa Kwesi Indum Papa Kwesi Indum you gu na ejuma ye good no person ye but o se ono de problem ni ho because case no o de akọ court no omo wo judges wo court a omo be deal with Papa Kwesi Indum. The when as a judges no any name to me in dealing here. Papa Kwesi Indum no or some relationship, dodgy relationship with CIA. Umbe you so no against or no into no the unshed anya house you be born form. Papa Kwesi Indum ya born form one. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. As a leadership of SEC is one of our key allies and require no changes at all. Of the 11 board members, 10 are either directly appointed by the government or representative of government institutions. Hence, things will always be under our control throughout phase 2. Ghana, we are running autocracy in disguise. Say ye democracy na yana montiasie. Uridi sa paragraph ya. Or say SEC ne die problem ini ho. Because on my board no, out of 11 people no, nkrofo 10 directly ya bind selected. Nti ono de oye de say 11 eni ni ayewo board so na aban no address e munye BBC na nipa ba akọ ne pese wo da be mempene na nkrofo 10 ne say ye mpene a unu oye de aban will have their way. So say ne de problem ni ho kra de aban ne pen no mo be ye because omo nkrofo eneti SEC board no eso. No problem. Ti no oba biological children inti no data bank inti senya me ma oti as institutions are wo share anya banks no omo under capital markets inti biological children no see data bank is a household name in the financial industry. It is our beloved child in the industry. Its presence as government advisor on financial transactions is to be intensified, including nubbing interested foreign companies to partner with Data Bank on such issues. In furtherance of this end, all major government financial transactions are to be executed in the first 2 years of Nane's second term. This will bring in the needed funds to fight the battle to install Bawumia as part of the succession plan to the advantage of Bawumia. Tosha, or Trese, Data Bank, they will be in Ghana. Tie making sure se Kufuor aba mu no. Busuan bia wo mbekwa akobo, di ubia no, ebefa Data Bank so. Na ebema Data Bank enya sika. Na se sika na Data Bank benya no, the main purpose, and say, omo the best sponsor Bawumia, because a plan, say President Kufuor free so, no Korea, Bawumia be protecting no. Inti Bawumia will be protecting no, then yen so ye aboa no. Yen use Data Bank ni enfe nye sika, ni enfa ntai Bawumia echi. Inti Data Bank no, obi be bisa say, book ni tre say, the reason why a Data Bank ye mo deals no, busian bebi omo ko boy ye fa Data Bank no say, ye be nye sika ni e dia bo Bawumia echi, e dia sponsor Bawumia. Well, that's the allegation in the book. Me say, the bakro we are true book we. Media maka me say we are taking Gabriel Chidako's word for it. Say a propaganda. But ni pakrono o she nyama wa true book we mu pa. Ende sa nyama ni sisi a. Ni pakrono me sure say ni pakrono or a prophet. Hey! So how is it that the person is able to write things like this? And that like in a sisi in the what I want people to understand is say President Kufuor ye true book we na afiance Kufuor do be second na afiance ye beto aba me Kufuor do aba second term. But so here nyama book ne kana Kufuor do second term ni na no ase nyama no sisi. It's how did the person know? Hey. Charlie, no, this is serious. This is serious. I'm not kidding. This is serious. But media maka, listen, me I have the mentality, say, by default, I don't believe something until it is proven otherwise. So that is my mentality. Tiana Meka say, Gabriel Chidakwa se mo se book no propaganda no. Let's maintain that energy. But ya yan kinkan, ni kinkan we ni ehun ni say indeed book no e yentra. Ye behu meboa. Adopted children, or say, major players within the securities sector, besides Data Bank, are EDC Investment of EcoBank, Stanley of Stanbic, and SAS of Agyapade3. These institutions will struggle to get into for obvious reasons. Our only chance of influencing the first two somewhat were if our banking strategy is well orchestrated to secure some influence in EcoBank and Stanbic Bank, which will eventually offer some leverage around EDC and Stanley. So much say aside Data Bank no, there are also other capital markets bia omonso ediate into my Ghana. And no EDC investments and no EcoBank for there. And the Stanley and also your Stanbic Bank for there. And Agyapade3 so into for more ya no omo feel say Agyapade3 wakasa about the economy a wo nim hwe no. Agyapade3 so an outfit bia ye fe no SAS. Also capital markets no a dim waiting to mine. Agyapade3 a big man no sike nipa no. Aja say to otrese send your omo to me control Data Bank e your omo dia na other ones need omo to me. Agyapade3 ne nkrofo no mo so din. Omo de on to me control mo. But in the banking sector no making kind share omo ka say they have a plan to control EcoBank and no ye say omo yusu eye osafoma afoba ene isankoma yere no. Okay. Stanbic Bank and so omo ka say omo be yusu Kufuor influence na ya mo bia ba be she ho into o say eno no send ya wo be control sa capital market of EcoBank for the Stanbic Bank no omo products no. It will depend on how they will control the banks, how they will take control of the bank. It's the banks no strategy no e fa I say there no so e be fa. It have to be kasa about Agyapade3 there no. Or say regarding SAS, all efforts should be made to weaken it by using our foreign friends to offer juicy fund asset management roles to key personnel within SAS in order to tempt them away from the setup, thus weakening its ability to compete effectively. Into Agyapade3 ne die no, you see ye bubu ne name Agyapade3 on only product no. yenim se yentumi control yenim se Togbe Apede na so odin ene ade obepene nti yebubu ne nemu se ne yebebubu ne nemu yenim se adwumayefuo bi e wo Togbe Apede na adwuma mu ho a omobɔ modin omo ya ade ane na eboa Togbe Apede ne company no ema ono nso enye sika nti de ebe ne se yebekwa akɔhu yen namfofo na wa abrochire no ne yama omo aba ma Togbe Apede adwumayefo no juicy contract nti yefa ne se wo mo ba no ma behu ne se Togbe Apede adwumayefo no omo je 1000 cedis a yebe mo be 100,000 no obi je 1000 cedis na obe ma ne 100,000 cedis a onko nti eno no ye yi Togbe Apede na adwumayefo no ye hu ne se obi ba no be ye adwuma ma na ne ya be de sika ba beje no obi ba no be ye adwuma e de sika ba beje no ti ye je ne nkrofo no ne ye bubu ne pre ye bubu ne nemu na wa ye weak so that on to me compete because we know there one penny and we take control. Jesus Christ. So that is, so we've talked about the banking sector. We've also talked about the insurance sector. We've talked about the capital market. Now the fourth one, the mining, oil and gas industry, and also BBS. What I say? Total state capture. Shit. Now the FD agro. I say our mining as well as oil and gas strategies constitute a major plank of the blueprint for controlling the extraction of natural resources which God has generously bestowed on Ghana, particularly the Akyem land. Growing environmental factors are rendering risky our use of illegal small-scale mining galamsey as a source of financing our political objectives. So Tremu say mining sector na Nyankopon we hra Akyem asase. Odi egudie ehra Akyem asase ne Ghana asase nyina. Ohwa first no omo de galamsey and sponsor wo mo party. Ba wo hese ne galamsey say Ghana nsuo na enya de a galamsey no ase ebeche. Omo yes and omo di agra Ghana nyina besei. Ati ase into say there is therefore the need to roll out a more rigorous legal means of controlling significant stake in the legal gold value chain. Tesan say galamsey no a mo de sponsor party no enye yenti wo kai party hia sika. Tesan say galamsey no mo de sponsor party no environmental factors be hinda ne nti. Tisi they should go the legal way. They should make sure say be take control of the extraction sector. But omo use galamsey omo use legal way nti omo fa plan bia emu dor atre rigorous brunica rigorous a plan no adwin wom emu dor. Also to this end, a cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at. Asante Bedietuo is to lead the process to take over these concessions detailed below and consolidate them into the extended Agyapade LLC incorporated in Jersey. Nti hase na Agyapade no ebemu. Nti Agyapade no eno so wo book ni mu. Agyapade no wo book ni say galamsey no mo de sponsor party no say asase entumi nche. So mu use legal way ni ye make sure say sisi ano contract bia mining sector no contract bia no ye ma Asante Bedietuo ena nhwe. Na nini na ye wi a ye make sure na yen consolidate yomo, and then they should go into the extended Agyapade deal. Embra yen na Agyapade ni yen take control. See, that is that. So I think this is a picture of the companies, groups, enterprise qualified to operate. Into wababe tro companies ne groups are qualified to mine. And the atro tromodin atrese yede omodin atotototo ho. All the mining sectors, all the mining companies no omodin and atrese ewo ho any bibia wo mining yede ni na atotototo ho a ye trese yen consolidate omo nina yen fam bom to nika se consolidator yen fa ni nina bom ni yen na yen fa nkonko fa Agyapade no emu ati ase the companies no eno ne ya list omo nina din. So say the passage of the Minerals Income Investment Fund Act and the setting up of the first special purpose vehicle, Agyapade Royalties, in Jersey, would allow us, acting in various capacities and through our friends, to acquire majority of the state to be listed on the London Stock Exchange and the Ghana Stock Exchange. The cash flow would be strategically undervalued to maximize our returns. We will get a share of the money raised through IPO on the two exchanges through paveway payments by contractors who will work on MIIF-funded projects. We will also get a share of the dividends for our equity holding in the SPV. It has na Agyapa ameka ho asem yenye ni se ya ene na bema yenye sika no Agyapa no yenye ni se nti Agyapa details no ni na wo book them. So we've done up to 21 pages. Your page 21 out of 21 out of 38. And you know, I think that it is okay for today. Ochina, you better also with another episode. We'll go into details the Agyapa side and all that. Do you know, say book no? It even talked about how they will take control of the judiciary and then the media space. You'd want to wait for that. Interesting. You be who say judiciary no, and same you can say one take control no. Are they doing it now? We'll see. But sisi and you do Agyapa. You better ask watching. Montreal your comment box. If you want episode 4 to drop episode 4. Montreal with us.